Silicon Valley used to be the dream. Shiny campuses, sky-high salaries, and ping-pong tables. But guess what? The tech worker exodus is real, and it's shaking up the map. From Austin to Lisbon, coders and engineers are rewriting the rules, ditching overpriced cities and rigid office hours for freedom, flexibility, and fresh opportunity. This isn't just a job hunt, it's a movement. Where are they all going and why does it matter? Stick around because we're diving deep into the new hotspots shaping the future of tech talent across the globe. The remote work revolution, where the numbers stand. Tech workers are on the move, and the numbers prove it. In 2025, Robert Half revealed that 40% of all jobs in the US now include some form of remote work. Of these, about 24% are hybrid roles and 13% are fully remote. This marks a massive shift from pre-pandemic norms, where remote work was the exception rather than the rule. According to StrongDM, remote job postings now make up more than 15% of total job listings, 3 times higher than in 2019. Gallup's latest data backs this up, showing that among remote-capable employees, 50% now work in hybrid setups, 30% are fully remote, and just 20% remain fully on-site. This signals the decline of the old Silicon Valley-centered tech world. Today's software engineers, UX designers, and data scientists are no longer tethered to corporate headquarters. They're moving for better lifestyle, affordability, weather, or simply more space. Cities once considered Tier 2 are becoming tech hubs in their own right. High-speed internet and cloud-based tools have turned tech work into a mobile profession. Remote work isn't a luxury anymore, it's the new normal. And it's not just individuals making moves, companies are evolving too. They're adjusting hiring strategies, shifting corporate structures, and creating new policies to attract top talent, wherever that talent lives. As flexibility becomes permanent, the tech workforce is being redefined in real time, shaping a future where productivity and location are no longer linked. The rise of secondary cities, from hidden gems to hotspots. Here's the truth. Secondary cities are no longer second best. According to recent relocation trends, 25% of US adults plan to move within the next 2 years. And get this, 87% of those moves are to smaller cities or towns. Tech workers are leading this charge, making cities like Boise, Asheville, and Raleigh-Durham new innovation hubs. These aren't just fluke migrations. BuildOps, a high-growth software company, just picked Raleigh over Austin for its new 291-job tech operation. Why? Affordability, strong university talent, and better flight connectivity. Plus, salaries still average around $111,000, a sweet spot for both companies and workers. The North Carolina Research Triangle is drawing in developers, data scientists, and AI specialists without the insane housing prices of Silicon Valley. When you look at factors like commute times, outdoor lifestyle, and cultural access, these smaller markets start to feel a lot bigger. It's about balance. Tech workers are searching for meaning beyond grind culture and overpriced shoebox apartments. As these cities invest in co-working spaces, startup incubators, and tax incentives, they become fertile ground for innovation. It's not about escaping the tech scene, it's about building a better one. In 2025, the new tech frontier isn't just digital, it's geographical. Texas, a tech giant losing its shine? Texas was once the poster child for post-pandemic tech migration. Austin and Dallas attracted a flood of companies with promises of tax breaks, business-friendly policies, and looser regulations. In 2024, the state still held its crown in corporate relocations, securing 19 out of the 40 largest interstate business moves. But despite this, the shine is starting to fade. Startup hiring in Austin dropped by 6%, while Houston experienced an even steeper decline of 10.9%. Big tech job counts across Texas are no longer climbing at the breakneck pace they once were, and in some areas, they're slipping into reverse. What's causing the slowdown? The very growth Texas bragged about is starting to backfire. Infrastructure has struggled to keep pace with demand. Housing prices in Austin have surged, putting pressure on both employers and employees. Public transit remains unreliable, especially compared to older, more established metros. Austin, once hyped as the next Silicon Valley, now faces a growing talent retention problem. Meanwhile, traditional tech hubs are seeing a resurgence. San Francisco, energized by AI investments, saw tech employment grow by 1.8% last year. New York's startup scene expanded by 3.7%, with new VC deals and early-stage innovation. The AI boom is fueling this rebound, proving that proximity to capital, talent networks, and solid infrastructure still matter. Texas still plays a key role in the national tech economy, but its dominance is no longer a sure thing. The lesson? Growth alone doesn't guarantee sustainability. Even tech hotbeds need to evolve or risk being left behind. Incentives and infrastructure fueling the migration boom. Cities aren't sitting back watching talent flow. They're getting aggressive. Places like Columbus, Charlotte, and Denver are rolling out red carpets to attract tech workers. Raleigh, for example, offered nearly $2.9 million in public incentives to help build-ops set up shop. And it's paying off. Smaller metros are investing in co-working infrastructure, lightning-fast broadband, and tech education pipelines. Programs like Tulsa Remote, which offers $10,000 grants to remote workers willing to relocate, have drawn in thousands of applicants. Even better, retention rates are as high as 98%. This isn't a trend, it's a strategy. Municipalities realize that remote-capable workers are more than just taxpayers. They're entrepreneurs, mentors, and ecosystem builders. In 2025, relocation packages from employers average around $7,200. But it's the lifestyle and long-term savings that really seal the deal. Local governments, chambers of commerce, and startup incubators are collaborating like never before to build compelling tech ecosystems outside the coasts. Incentives aren't just financial. They include school choice, green space, short commutes, and cultural amenities. And unlike overcrowded urban hubs, these emerging cities are scaling on purpose. They're planning for growth, not reacting to it. The future of work is mobile, and the cities that recognize that are cashing in big. The tech workers' new American dream. Let's talk about the real payoff for the people behind the screens. For tech workers, remote and hybrid models aren't just flexible, they're life-changing. Robert Half reports that 76% of workers say flexibility strongly affects their desire to stay at a job. And it's not just about convenience. StrongDM found that 74% of remote workers report being happier overall, and 97% would recommend remote work to others. Many are even willing to take pay cuts to keep their freedom. According to productivity data from Aura, remote-only employees average 51 more minutes of focused work per day than office-based peers. But there's a flip side. About 69% of remote tech workers report some level of burnout, especially those juggling meetings across time zones or lacking clear boundaries between work and life. That's why companies need to double down on wellness resources and flexible policies. But overall, the balance is working. Parents are spending more time with their kids. Millennials are buying homes in places they could never afford before. And for many, the idea of climbing the ladder has been replaced by building a life that actually feels worth it. The office isn't dead, but the 9-to-5 commute grind absolutely is. A decentralized future. What's next for the tech map? Looking ahead, the map of tech influence is more scattered and more exciting than ever before. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects nearly 3.8 million tech jobs by 2032. That's massive growth, and with remote work normalized, those jobs won't all land in San Jose or Seattle. We're seeing a future where talent flows across a web of connected ecosystems. Secondary cities will continue to rise, offering affordable homes, better work-life balance, and strategic local support. But coastal hubs aren't fading. San Francisco and New York are gaining momentum again, especially in AI, fintech, and advanced robotics. Venture capital is still deeply rooted in those places. What's different is that you don't have to live there to benefit. Distributed teams are thriving. Hybrid setups are maturing. Cities like Denver, Miami, and Raleigh aren't trying to become the next Silicon Valley. They're building something different, something sustainable. The new tech economy isn't pinned to a single GPS coordinate. It's decentralized, competitive, and shaped by workers who expect more than ping-pong tables and IPO hype. The question isn't where tech workers are going anymore. It's why they're going, and whether the cities that welcome them can grow smart, not just fast. So, where are all the tech workers going? The answer isn't just a place, it's a mindset shift. From remote jungles in Bali to startup hubs in Miami, they're chasing balance, innovation, and a life on their own terms. The old rules don't apply anymore. Companies that want the best brains now have to meet them where they are, geographically and philosophically. If you're in tech or just curious about where the world's smartest workers are heading, hit subscribe. This wave is just getting started, and it's global.